Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM out here on a Wednesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in Adelaide and, of course, speak with, one of the Adelaide Footy League's champions teams in 2022. And, of course, actually, they were the first team to win a premiership out of the whole competition this year. Of course, that was Edwardstown team. And, of course, they're joining us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks, all for joining us.
Hey, Will.
Thanks so much for having us.
I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves and what position all you played on the field on grand final day.
Start, Annette, I'm the coach.
TJ, forward pocket. I'm Tabitha. I played in the fullback and a halfback flank. And I'm captain.
Pickles, I rocked and played centre half forward.
I'm Lisa. I played back pocket.
Yeah, I'm Elizabeth. Danny answered lots of different things. I play in the centre mostly.
Catherine and I played halfback flank. Lynn and played forward flank.
Sammy, team manager slash player, kind of went into the full forward for a bit. Give it a go.
And I'm Nick, and I also shared ruck and centre half.
Tell us a bit about the grand final. I'm pretty sure it was a pretty cloudy, ordinary day, wasn't it, in Adelaide, in the weather-wise?
Yeah, it was. We luckily didn't get too much rain on our actual game, which was nice. It poured a little bit in our warm-up, but apart from that, I think we were one of the lucky ones that day.
I think it poured after.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Bucketed down.
Bucketed down.
How did you cope with the conditions, considering it was bucking with rain in your warm-ups, as someone mentioned before? How did you adapt to it with the ground conditions?
Anybody?
I think we play a really good wet weather game. We train a lot in the wet weather and we tend to work a lot on our ground balls. So it works for us. We're one of the few that it does work for. So it's good for us.
So was there a particular point in the game that you felt comfortable enough to enjoy the moment?
We only won by 7 points, and we
it
hit
was
the
pretty
last
close.
2 goals to get ahead in the last 8 minutes. So, no.
Yes, it was stressful.
So, Annette, I need to ask you this as coach. How stressful was it on the bench until you knew that the game was won?
Yeah, pretty stressful. There was a girl in the opposition who was probably their standout player, and she was in the midfield all day. Great athlete, really balanced, great kick, big left foot, and she took off with the ball a couple of times, just ran that little bit too far as she was heading into their goals in the last quarter, which probably saved us. So we not only won by 7 points, Will, I think we won by about 10 metres.
Yeah.
She got called twice, so she didn't learn very well the first time, but she was just busting her guts to try and get them over the line, and it was so close right to the end, and like the girl said, until that siren went, I wasn't happy.
So when the siren went, by the sounds of it, this might be sound more of an answer anyway. Was it a relief or a celebration when the siren went? I'm assuming it's relief by the sound of how close the game got.
For me, it was relief. Yeah, a few tears were shed. It was really a little bit overwhelming for the first minute or so when you realise that you've actually won, and it was a great feeling though at the end.
A lot of screaming.
A lot of tears.
A lot of tears.
I lost my voice. I think we all did.
It was a long weekend.
So what did it mean to win the premiership for the Towners?
I think being in the competition, the first one in the first season ever of women's footy, our history is really rich with the women's, and so to be able to bring home another flag when I think we won so many, more than anyone who's ever played in our competition. I think it meant a lot to the history of the club and the players that have played before us and really started that journey for us.
Well, up the back there, Will, Catherine with the beanie on. She played back in the very early start in 91. So, and still pulling the boots on and having a kick. So,
Played in the gym.
yeah.
Totally.
So 30 years of history right there. Pioneer.
I'm sure most of you played in premierships other than this year, I'm assuming. Am I correct?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not football.
Not footy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, about 10, I think.
First footy premiership for a lot of them, Will.
See most of you wearing your the premiership medals around your necks. So how long did you wear your medals around your necks for? And did any of you sleep with it?
Yes.
Yes.
Slept with it. Yeah. I think people still haven't stopped wearing it.
Definitely didn't come off a weekend.
No.
No.
Well, I must forget for the ones that are wearing their medals to show their medals to our listeners or viewers. There they are. So now I can see the cup in the background as well, which I'll get. There we go. So who got to hold the Premiership Cup first?
Yeah.
That was probably me.
Yeah.
Stole it.
Yeah, she stole it.
Funny.
She probably slept with that.
Yes, I did. I did.
She took it on drives.
I took it for a drive to my mum's actually, and I had the seatbelt on it, and I took a photo and posted it on our players page. So the girls thought that was pretty funny.
Well, that answered the first part of my question. So the second part of my question was, especially to the captain and coach, how special was it to hold the Premiership Cup before the rest of the team got to swarm onto you?
Oh yeah, it was
It
pretty
was, yeah.
special moment.
Yeah. I think holding it up was just, it's the moment that you see in every AFL grand final, and it's kind of the moment that you think about all the time. It's kind of just like the fairy tale come true. That's when it really hits you that everything's kind of happened.
And for the rest of the team, how good was it to hold the Premiership Cup?
Amazing.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
So
Yeah.
It got passed around a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Better to drink out of.
Yeah, the alcohol in it was good too.
Had to figure out how to get the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
cemented it on and we got it off there.
We were keeping a lid on it the whole year, Will, and we had a little bit of a celebration in the change rooms with the cup. And I finally said, right, the lid's off, and threw it at someone, hoping they'd catch it. Unfortunately, they didn't. They dropped it. It broke. So we'd only had it for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So we just got it back from the trophy shop, all nice and repaired.
Well, that answered that question I was going to ask. Is the lid fixed? Obviously, it has. What made this team so successful and so, especially on and off the field?
Oh, look,
yeah.
I think we started 3 years ago after having, I think, 10, 12 years without women's football at Edwardstown. So we were in that building a team, building a culture, all those things that you need to get a good team together. And I think because of the 3 years, they've now gotten to know each other. The improvement that I've seen in their skills have been unbelievable. And I think that has, just been a culmination of the last 3 years and some hard work by the girls. They've put in the hard work and they got their reward. So it was really good to see.
Now, I have to ask, who got the best on ground in the grand final?
Pickles.
She won every award.
Pickles won the league best and fairest as well, Will.
Okay. So, all right. This is a perfect question I'm going to ask now. So, number one, were you surprised that you got the league best and fairest? And number two, were you surprised that you got the grand final MVP?
Personally, I think on grand final day, the best of ground should have gone to Grace Nickel, not myself, but it happened.
And
Jess is very humble, Will, so she wouldn't say how it really is, but she's been outstanding all year, leading goal kicker as well with 36 goals. Is that right? Or 37?
I don't know.
I think it was 36. She's very humble. So, yeah, but she's been an absolute standout. And Edwardstown Junior that's come up through the ranks, and that might have answered another question. But, yeah, outstanding. And she was in our leadership group this year as well.
So I think maybe she was surprised, but none of us were.
Yeah.
We all saw it coming.
Considering what you've pretty much clean sweep every single award possible, I guess, this year, winning the best and fairest in the league, the leading goal kicker, plus winning the grand final best on ground. Has it sunk in yet in the Premiership year?
Oh, I don't really know. It feels too good to be true, to be honest. But don't know.
It was well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
And what did it mean to you?
Oh my God. I don't know, I guess a lot. I guess it's been a build up over the years. I don't know. Help.
I think, like I said, she's a humble girl. It would have meant a lot to her. She also played with her sister, who's up and coming junior. So that meant a lot as well. And we all love the big pickle. You might want to ask her why she's called Pickles.
No, please, no.
Yes, we'll ask her.
I'm gonna save that for one of my questions later on in the interview. So thank you for reminding me that. So how did all you get involved in footy, and why did you choose it?
I don't know. Footy has never been. I've always been a netball player as a kid. Family's not into footy, so when I said I wanted to try footy out, they were a bit, "Oh, you're so small. You're gonna get broken." So it was a bit of a shock to the family, but I don't know. One of my friends pulled me out, and I saw a few familiar faces that I already knew. So, and then I started to love it. So kept going.
Yeah, I played all through juniors with the boys, and my brother played, and it was a big family thing. My sister played, so yeah, it was just kind of in our family, kind of opposite to TJ, just the path to take, and yeah, it's always been the best fun. So
I played with the boys until they kicked me out because I couldn't play with the boys anymore, and then I came back and played girls in under 15s, and then I've been playing since.
Well, I've always watched the boys play, and then on the women's first trial game in the first year, one of the boys said they didn't have a bench, and so I borrowed some boots from the boots down in the shed and rocked up at the game and got told I could be on the bench the whole game, and within the first 5 minutes they put me on, and I think I got the ball and I threw it because I'm a netballer. And then they just never got rid of me. So
She's all right.
Won our most improved last year. Our club most improved.
You're up there.
Yeah, I'm doing everyone. I played netball for so many years, and at nearly age 50 decided that I needed to change, and so a few netball buddies came out to Townies, and it has been so refreshing, so good to do something different. Love having a run around on an oval, and this group of girls has just been amazing and have made us so welcome and forgiven us all our netball sins and whatnot. And now, yeah, now I love it. Oh, not the umpire saw.
Right, I started back when the leagues first started here in South Australia in '91. I grew up as a kid. I grew up loving football. Used to go to the SSS10THYR every weekend with my uncles and that, and just used to have footy kicks in the front yard doing speckies. So when the opportunity came about, I was like, yeah, we're going to do it. And just the camaraderie we had, but like we started off and we used to get beaten by 100 goals. And then after 3 years, we won our first premiership. But we had that core that stayed together, and I've still got friends from back then that I catch up with now. And so, and then I only retired probably 3 years ago 4 years ago, and then
Didn't really retire at all.
I had 4 years long service, and then come back out because Annette got me back out, and I was doing assistant coaching, helping her out, and then the first round they go, oh, we're sure everyone's out with COVID, so and then, so that's how I come to play again this year.
Yeah, I was playing tennis since I was 8, and then didn't really have an opportunity to put the boots on. And I thought, oh, well, why not? 45. Hey, let's just go and put boots on. And now I'm 51. It's great. It's the best team sport ever.
And played 50 games this year.
Yes, we did.
I'll just keep chipping in with the stats.
So I played netball all my life. I grew up in the country and didn't really have much of an opportunity to play footy, but always wanted to. And then my daughter's been playing she was playing in the under 10s at the time. And someone came out and said, hey, we're going to get a female team together reform it. And so I was like, yeah, I'm in that. So I actually retired last year, but like Mulvey, I became COVID emergency, and I think I played 3/4 of the games this year. Standard. But yeah, love it.
And a prelim goal, Sammy.
Oh, yes. Saved us in the play.
I was a netballer. I've been retired though from netball before I took this up for nearly 10 years, I think it was. And this is the first season I've ever played footy. I got talked into it by a couple of the other netballers, like the one on the end there. I feel like I've got no idea still, and I'm still learning a lot. And I run around trying to figure out what I'm doing. But I had a ball, and they're the best bunch of girls to be out there with. And if I ask any questions, or they just yell at me where I need to go. So it's good. I've got lots of direction out there.
No, I played back in the early 90s, only for a year. Absolutely loved it. I've grown up with football within the family. I'm a mad Port Adelaide supporter, so so yeah, it's kind of in my blood. Love the game, yeah. So, and the first year that we started back, I was assistant coach, but played as well. So that was good fun, yeah. And then coach since.
Anyone can answer this next question, which is, what does the sport of footy mean to all of you, and especially playing there at Edwardstown?
I think obviously the sport itself means everything to the girls. It's something where you can just go, and a lot of our players have kids or big working responsibilities, and it's somewhere you can go and just unwind and you can exercise, but with a fun group of people and do stuff that you actually like. I think a lot of people enjoy the physicality as well, that a lot of the girls didn't have from netball, just being able to have that contact, because I know when you play netball, you always want to have that contact, but you can't. So being able to actually have that. And then especially for townies, I know a lot of the people, again, in our team have families, whether it's partners or kids or friends that play here. It's just such a community club, such a family club. And so, it's always so fun after trainings or, after games to just get together with the whole club and celebrate our wins, or, be sad about our losses, but do it together as a club and as a team. So I think that's really important, and that's one of the things that draw a lot of our players to townies.
To the players, I need to ask this question in particular. Now, you all mentioned right at the start what position you play on the field. If you had a dream position where you love to convince your coaches to put you next year, where would that be?
Oh yeah. No way. I don't know. I like anywhere on the forward line. That's good.
Everyone knows the best position. Centre half forward. Come on.
No, I like the flank better.
Yeah, I think mine probably be in the full back or the centre half back. I already play full back, but I think centre half back having a bit more of a run would be pretty good. A bit short though, so I don't know how well I'd go.
I'm happy in my back pocket. I don't want to have to get any fitter or anything like that. I'm quite happy in my back pocket.
Pre-season soon. Oh, I'm going to love that answer, Lisa. Good answer, mate.
I'll give up smoking and then maybe I'll want to.
Give up the
You can
gun.
play the wing then.
I could try maybe half that. But I'm quite happy in my back pocket.
Yeah, I think I'm in my dream position. I just love running around, and I don't know. It seems like the more I run around, everyone just says like, "You've got such a great idea about things." But really, I'm just running around and But really, I'd like to be full forward. I want to kick goals. I want to take second half and kick goals. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm in my dream position. But, oh yeah, yeah.
Centre half forward.
No, centre's good for me, but really, I'd love to be
Full forward. Noted, please. Noted.
Yeah. I'd love to. I'd like to be. I'd actually like to get to assistant coach. No, defense has been my. I like playing in forward flank, so sort of still gives me a bit of a run for an old fart, so it's all good.
Me, I just like to be retired.
There's no chance. I think the only way you retire is leave and not.
Don't answer my phone.
Delete my number. Block me. Sorry, block me.
Right, I've tried for 30 years.
Well, we'll finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions, which is who's the best, who's the comedian, the best singer, and into their TikToks, if there's anyone on the team into their TikToks?
Yeah.
I don't, me?
You take all of them. You take all of them.
Yeah, she
The
does.
TikToks?
Yes. Yeah. Remember what was the one you made us do last?
Oh.
Yeah, that one. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy's
Sammy
definitely
like
Canadian.
You take all three.
And a chicken dinner.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else that can take any of them.
There's heaps of people that
Coach
can
is a bit of a
dance.
comedian,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah,
We've got a few
coaches-
dance.
coaches pretty-
Yeah. Especially after a few.
And any
I'm
tambourines around.
glad you actually said that, girls. I was waiting for her to say the coach is the funniest.
Oh.
Keeping a lid on it.
Now, I was going to get back to this question a moment ago. Any good nicknames we should know about?
Pickle.
Well, Pickles.
You
Explain, please explain.
I think Tabitha can. Come on, please. You got it.
She first thing, she made a lot of fun about people drinking pickle juice. She was like, that's so gross.
And us all being old.
And everyone being old and needing pickle juice for cramps. And then all of a sudden she's on the ground and we're all like, what's going on? What's going on? And she's screaming, pickle juice, like I need pickle juice. And she's got a cramp and she needed the pickle juice after making fun of everyone for it. So that's where that comes from. It really came back and bit her in the butt. It was a bit of karma.
And then it just stuck.
And then it just stuck, yeah.
First game ever.
Yeah.
Come, we'll put it all together, mate.
Are you regretting making fun of people that and now you've just got the nickname Pickles?
Yeah, I don't make fun of people cramping anymore.
We go with Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon.
The ball
But
keeps
then-
hitting her in the head, flush right in the face. Training, she'd do 5 or 6. Got better this year though, not so many Falcons, but yeah, she had a few Falcons.
She had one in the grand final though, didn't she?
Probably.
I think so.
I feel
Yeah,
like she had
probably.
one.
She has at least won a game. I'd be disappointed if she didn't have won a game.
The coach has a few nicknames.
Oh yeah, we like to call her Jerry.
That's the best one.
Jerry.
That's one that's spoken.
Yeah.
Because she's geriatric.
Short for geriatric.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Sometimes I can't get in the club through the respect.
Yeah. Mm.
No, I don't mind. It's a term of endearment. I've actually named the cup Jerry Jr.
Ah. Talking about the cup, did any of you get a chance to kiss the Premiership Cup at any stage?
Oh, we did a lot more than that. A lot more than that. Not like that. But like we all got to drink out of it. Guys, PG.
Family show, girls. Come on.
I think we got what you meant.
Yeah, it got kissed, it got drunk out of it, got hugged, it got broken, it got dented. It got a lot of love. It got a lot of love.
We'll finish with this one last one, which is, what would be your advice to people that should get involved in footy for next season?
Come to Townies.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we look to anyone that wants to come, whether you've got experience or not. Yeah, we're very inclusive. Like the girls said, it's a family club. It's really friendly. Everyone welcomes everybody. We've got a great bunch, and we'd love anyone new that wants to come out and try, or maybe wants a different environment. We've got great facilities, our own change rooms, great club rooms, and yeah, really well supported by our board and all our sponsors. So we're really lucky, but yeah, we welcome anyone.
I think as well, just don't worry about where you're at, because if you want to do something, do it. Most people haven't played before or haven't grown up with the sport, and they come out and they're the best ones that we've seen. They're the ones that are getting, best and fairest points. So I think don't stress about where you're at, because
it's not a game to be feared. It's a game to enjoy.
There's a level for everyone.
Yeah, and there's always going to be a place for you in a footy team and a footy club, especially Townies.
Yes, they'll get excellent coaching.
Well, Oi, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. From all of us, congratulations on winning the Premiership this year. And obviously, let's hope it happens again next year in 2023. And hopefully I'll be over there this time around to hopefully see another Premiership come down the Townies in 2023.
Yeah, hopefully.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Will.
Not a problem. And of course, if you want to get down at the Townies in particular, of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved down there in 2023. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.